Hello everyone, welcome to Yellowgreys YouTube channel. And so in this series we are going to cover the entire RE framework concept. And so using this RE framework and what is the benefit to the business and why we are using this RE framework and what is the purpose using this entire RE framework template from UiPath. And also we are going to cover the practical demo of a process and splitting into two parts. One is dispatcher and other one is a performer, and that is also we are going to cover. And particularly this session is about to only the concept of the RE framework template. In the next session will be the live project PDD discussion, and the upcoming session will be the live project SDD discussion, then the process walkthrough, followed by we are going to develop two process. And stay tuned and be focused on this entire videos in this playlist, and the same video will be available in Tamil language also. You can refer it there as well, if you want to learn it from Tamil. And so okay, let's get start with this RE framework template. This RE framework template is nothing but this is a one template introduced by UiPath team, and this template is very user friendly, and also it has no retry mechanism, so it will interact with the UiPath queue. This RE framework not only for splitting into two process like dispatcher and performer. This RE framework usually we can use any type of business process. It has no mechanism of retry failed transactions. So here you can see there are now four sections. One is initialization, the other one is get transaction data, and process transaction, and the end process. So usually so this is already inbuilt, so we know they added a lot of activities in it, and also that will handle the exception also. So the initialization part will handle the reading the config file, which is the bot inputs, where we can add all those bot inputs. And so that is also we are going to handle it in initialization stage. Then followed by we can initialize all the applications whatever we are going to use in the process, and so we need to add it there in the initialization stage. So mostly it will cover reading the input documentation, then followed by we are we are going to initialize the applications whatever we are using it in our process. And then once the application everything is successfully opened, and it goes to the next block, or else if there is any system exception while opening the application, it goes to end process. The system exception in the sense assume that you are going to open a browser, that is the initialize application, right? So you used to open browser application, and you have played other few activities like yeah, you type into for entering the username and password. Then after you are going to click on login button. Then somehow the bot failed to access that particular web page, or it's failed due to some other browser crash, or the LAN issue or something. It's considered as a system exception that goes to end process. And so then later if there is no any issues while triggering the application, I mean the initializing application or reading the configuration file, if everything is success, it goes to get transaction data stage. And this stage connected with UiPath queue, and there it's getting the transaction item, and then it's moving to process transaction. So if it is if we design the bot as a performer, and it's picking the transaction item from the queue. If we use this framework as a performer, and the get transaction data will be used to get the transaction item from UiPath queue. And so if you use this RE framework template as a dispatcher part, mostly we are not going to use this get transaction data part. So assume that it's a performer, and you already moved some of the item into the queue, and there we are going to pick it from there in the UiPath queue. And so meanwhile if you want to know what is queue and how that queues are processing, and for more details you can refer the queue UiPath queue tutorial, and that tutorial will be available in the orchestrator playlist, and I will add that particular video link in the below comments. Then once you are getting the transaction from the UiPath queue, if there is a transaction item to be processed, then it goes to process transactions. So in the process transaction, we used to design all our process flow as per the business requirement. And so if the process also successfully processed by the bot, and it goes to success stage, and that particular item will be marked as success, then it's going to pick other transactions. So that's how it's it's a move. So if the if the transaction item picked by the bot, and once it's moved to the process transaction, if there is any business exceptions, the business exception in the sense in the business standards we can assume that while handling the process, and we can assume so if something is happen, and that particular error, or that particular outcome will be decided as a business exception, so that we will handle it through the workflow design while developing the bot, and those item will be marked as a business exception in UiPath queue. Then it go and pick the other transactions. If it picks other transaction, and if there is any system exception, so already we discussed what is system exception. So for example, browser crash, or not responding messages from the browser, and those kind of exceptions, are unknown application appears on the screen, or like kind of unknown exceptions also considered as a system exception. And that particular item will be retried. So again the bot going to initialize all the application, and again the bot going to retry that particular transactions. That's how it's designed. And so if there is no transaction, and it goes to end process, and the bot it's going to close all the application, whatever the application involved in that particular process. And so this is the ReFrameWork explanation, and you may get little bit confusion on that, and no worry about it. And the upcoming session, and we are going to split this ReFrameWork into two parts. One is a dispatcher, the other one is a performer. And in the dispatcher, we are only going to use the initialization part, and process transaction, and the end process. And for performer, we are going to use initialization, get transaction data, and the process transaction data, end process, and including queue. And how we are going to use queue, and so what is the benefit of the queue there, everything we are going to cover in the upcoming sessions. And the same video will be available in the Tamil language also. You can refer to there also. And thank you for watching. Connect with us.